Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Casual Sports Talk Podcast. This week's NHL Finals Edition and NBA talks. And now we got a man who realizes that Edmonton is failing to shoot their shot against Bobrovsky. Here's Chris.
Heck yes, dude. Thanks for the kind introduction, as always. I don't really mind the Oilers. I picked the Panthers to win. That would have been a greater introduction for Mr. Doug. But let's go Panthers.
Fortunately. And now, even though we're not talking about baseball, who wants his Christmas list to be having batters over 300 for the Tigers? Here's Douglas.
Yeah, you can say that again, Stu. You can say that again.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Douglas, that the Tigers are not looking good. Sorry.
Are they losing tonight? I haven't looked.
Let's take a look here.
I know they lost 2-1 against the Padres.
So the Tigers right now, they're tied with the Nationals, 4-4. It's the top of the 10th inning though. So I love the runner on second for extra innings when it comes to baseball.
Oh, that's a good rule for
Game
sure.
changer. Wait, you don't like it, Doug? Is that what you said? Gag rule?
No, it's a good rule.
Bien. Good rule. Stu, what are your thoughts on that extra base runner in extra innings for the MLB?
It just feels weird. It's too gimmicky. I know they want to end the baseball early. I think that's why, because baseball has been very long. Usually it's like 2.5 to 3 hours for the baseball. But I don't really like it. I mean,
so you're going on the lines that the MLB wants their games to end sooner. Okay, because what I'm thinking is the extra base runner adds some more excitement into the game that people are like, let's watch this now.
I think because baseball has been long, and I think it's gotten longer now for the last few years, and I think that's why they're trying to shorten it, but I just don't like it. It's like a gimmick.
Oh, so you would rather not have run around second to begin the inning in extra?
Long baseball.
Transition back to hockey then, Stu. Do you feel a similar way? Because the NHL, I think they used to do full 20-minute overtime periods. Are you a fan of the 5-minute overtime period plus a shootout?
I'm fine with it for the regular season. I think once it gets to the playoffs, then I like the 20 minutes until someone shoots a goal and wins it.
See, and that's how I feel about the baseball rule too, where I'm like, I'm okay with it, but keep it out of the playoffs.
Keep it out of the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't want the runner on second in the playoffs.
Ooh. Do they have it in the playoffs, or is it out of the playoffs? Too casual.
I don't think that they do it in the playoffs. I think it's, just standard extra inning.
Gotcha. For NHL, yeah. So 5-minute overtime and then shootout for the regular season. I enjoy that layout because it speeds games up. Because no one really, regular season going to any hockey game is exciting, but no one wants to sit around for possibly 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours if it goes into a second overtime. Whereas playoff NHL hockey, yeah, I like it that they have golden goal, continuous overtime, what have you.
Yeah, and like I said, I guess we'll discuss kind of a boring first couple games. It's been fun in the sense of Edmonton shooting a lot of goals, but Florida has been very dominant right now in the first 2 games. So, gentlemen, what is your thoughts about these Panthers just dominating at home right now?
I'm concerned for the lack of the depth with the Oilers. Because, I don't know, man. McDavid and that line isn't scored, and if they don't score, the Oilers don't move. And, McDavid had some chances, and he just didn't bury them, Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like it's been a little bit of a surprise. I didn't think that the Oilers would score 1 goal in the first 2 games combined when they put up so much.
Out of 8 goals, only Edmonton scored 1. Let's put it in that perspective.
And it was nor Connor McDavid or Zach Hyman or Leon Draisaitl.
It was some rando guy.
Yeah, right? It was Ekholm.
Yeah.
Matthias Ekholm. But I will give McDavid. Oh, sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What do you guys think about how early Edmonton pulled their goalie this last game?
So they pulled it 3 minutes out, right? If I remember correctly, it was 3 or 4
Oh,
minutes.
they that. It was 6-7 minutes.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. It was at least 5 minutes. But what was it? A 2-1 score or 3-1 score when they pulled?
I think it was 3, right?
I think it was 3-1, and they were on a power play.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, you got to pull your goalie. I mean, 6-7 minutes, down by 2, third period. Maybe a little bit too early. 7 minutes left to go in the third period.
Well, the thing I didn't like about it is, I mean, I get the theory of doing it on the power play, but then you're giving them free chances where if they try to ice it, it's not icing, because it's a power play. So they kind of have like a free slap shot every time they go to clear it to try to put it in your goal without a risk of icing. So I didn't like it for that reason, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely about the icing, because if they're on the power play, the other team shoots it down. It's just a free shot. Whereas if they're not on the power play and there's an empty net, they shoot it down, miss it, icing. So yeah, definitely a good point there for sure.
It's definitely a good point, and like it's I don't know, it sucks for McDavid because it's like next week these two games right here, Game 3 and Game 4, are do or die for Edmonton. They cannot lose any one of these games at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they lose one, then that's like they're in the bad juju. Now, granted, it's at home turf. That should be an advantage. You got your 7-man on the field, which is the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Call that the fifth line, right? The fan base.
I like that. This is just a random gripe that I have, and you guys might disagree with me on this. I do not like the 3 days between games that both NHL and NBA are doing. It's like we've already had 2+ months of playoffs. It just feels like they're dragging the stuff out a little bit.
Hey, we're milking this, baby.
Yeah, was Game 2 last night? Or was it the night before?
Yeah, Game 2 was last night, and then Game 3 is on Thursday.
Yeah, and you want the NBA? I understand that because the NBA, their Game 3 is on Wednesday. So obviously you don't want the NHL and the NBA playing on the same night, especially for the finals. So I understand that they're pushing it to Thursday, more than likely for that reason. But I wish the NBA was tonight, Tuesday, June 11th, and then NHL was tomorrow. Yeah, a few days, a couple games, a few days in between games for travel, rest. Yeah, I just don't like that. It's getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and I looked, and it just kind of really spread out. I think there's a lot of 2-game gap between games.
Yeah, if you look at the schedule, it's going to be Thursday and Sunday.
Well, Thursday and Saturday, that's good. It's just 1 day in between.
Is it Thursday then Saturday or Thursday then Sunday?
So yeah, it's Thursday, June 13th.
Saturday,
and then we got Saturday, June 15th, and then the big gap happens in between Game 4 and Game 5. Well, Game 5 if necessary. Game 5 is Tuesday. And then if there's Game 6, Game 5 is Tuesday. If there's Game 6, that's not till Friday. So yeah, another big span of travel days or rest days, what have you.
Hey, we're milking this, just like the podcast. We are milking this until the season's over. I don't care. Hopefully this doesn't end quickly.
I got another random topic, though. Speaking of, Chris had mentioned hockey and basketball on the same day. Did you all see that the college football playoff games and the NFL will be playing on the same days?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I don't like that.
Yeah, they just kind of said, oh, well, they're playing on the same day. So I think the first round of the playoffs and they might be on a Sunday. I don't remember exactly the circumstances, but they're on the same day.
I wonder if they're going to be at the same time. I hope not, because the amount of football fans in the nation, crazy. And I don't think they'd be able to choose between. Obviously, they would have to choose between NFL and college. But yeah, hopefully college will be a little bit earlier in the day, and then NFL later in the night, or vice versa.
I mean,
I hope so, because that's going to stink to try to flip between college and pros, especially if
and if they don't have it on Red Zone, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do the podcast while watching college football and NFL football at the same time?
So I gotta have YouTube TV or multi-view. It doesn't have to be YouTube TV, but yeah, whatever you have TV-wise, get multi-view.
We gotta be like one of those TV. We're gonna have like 5 different TVs. I'm gonna be like.
All right, sir. You be the person buy 5 different TVs, and we'll come on over. Thank you.
If you make a wall of TVs, I'm over there every Sunday.
We'll help you set it up.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be amazing? Just have like a back screen, like a screen right there. No, I think it'd be more cooler if everybody has a VR headset and maybe we'd watch the game there in a VR headset.
I have a VR headset. I've been thinking about that. Is that something you can do?
I think you could. I could ask my buddy about it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Doug, by chance, do you know, when he said conflicting schedules or college football playoff games, NFL playoff games, same time, NFL-wise or college-wise too, do you know what round of the playoffs that would happen on?
So I think it'd be the first round of the college football playoffs in I would imagine like week 14 or 15 of the NFL season.
Oh, I thought there was both. I thought it was both playoffs. Oh man, if I had to choose between the 2 college football playoffs and week 14 of the NFL season, I mean there might be some good NFL games on fighting for playoff spots, but if I had to choose between the 2, I'm going college football.
Hey, that's why.
I think depends on who's in it. If like Michigan or like a team I care about's in it, cool. If it's not, I'm going to watch the Lions.
Hey.
And that actually makes more sense because you're going to have NFL on at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock like they usually are. And then college football could be at 8 o'clock,
But you got Sunday Night Football. That's the only problem also.
Yeah, it'll be something to figure out. What do you guys think about the first round of the college football playoff where the home team gets home field advantage? The thought of playing in the horse or the big house in, December?
I've always said that I feel like that would be kind of cool. I feel like that should be like the first. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having the first 4 in the playoffs. I mean, I did joke that we should have a 32-team playoff and 1 through 16 plays at home.
Well, Stuart, I'm glad you said you joke about that because why would you have 30? I don't know. But wait, Doug, did you say
amazing, man.
Did you say the number 1 overall seed in the college football playoff has home field advantage? Is that?
No, not exactly. So the top 4 Power 5 conference winners get bye weeks.
Right.
Then I think seeds 4 through 8 get home games against seeds 9 through 12.
I think that's fair.
And I think after that, I think it goes neutral sites. I think it's just that first round, but I could be mistaken.
Oh, okay. And so like the national championship would still be neutral.
I mean, I still think it'd be
fun.
It would be interesting.
Except for that first round.
Gotcha.
I mean, it would be interesting to have college football games home field in December. It does feel weird about that. And it's not
right.
Yeah, it just feels weird.
It's just weird too, because I mean, theoretically, there's a good chance that we see 2 or 3 or 4 Big Ten teams in this tournament, which would be a really weird expansion from the pretty much 1, maybe 2, if it's a weird bounce.
Yeah, but speaking of expansions and extensions, Chris, aren't you sad that Mike Tomlin just got a 3-year extension for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm not too. Well, actually, I am kind of. I'm feeling down about that. Not down, but not feeling down about a football coach getting an extension. But he's in the AFC North now. See, my Cleveland Browns in the AFC North, and Mike Tomlin. He hasn't had a losing season his entire career, and he started his career in 2007.
And the funny part is he is now the longest current NFL coach on the same team as of right now.
Oh, active coach. Nice. So yeah, he started as a coach in 2007. He's extended through 2027, 20 years.
17 years. That is crazy to think that.
Yeah.
He has been, I was in high school when Tomlin was starting his first year as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Isn't that a crazy fact?
Yeah, I was 16 years old, 16 years young, however you want to put it. Yeah, when he started as a coach in 2007.
Yeah.
I remember the Steelers winning the Super Bowl in 2009. Was it against the Arizona Cardinals?
I believe it might have been, yeah.
And I just thought Ben
so
Roethlisberger was like the greatest quarterback of all time. I was like, oh my God, this guy's lighting it up. But yeah, it was. Yeah, Mike Tomlin is such a good coach, though.
What was it a dark time being a Browns fan that your rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, became a Super Bowl champs?
I mean, if you want to call it a dark time, you're more than welcome to. But I want to call it a dark time. I mean, I'm a Browns fan, die hard. We expect them to do good, but deep down inside, we kind of know that like even if the Browns lose all 16 or 17 games, we're still going to be right there tailgating next season, going to Browns games and freezing our what's off.
I still laugh at was it that news conference when it was Hugh Jackson when he was like, Coach, what are you going to do when you become 1-15? And he's like, oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Otherwise, I'll jump in the lake, and that's what he did, right?
Like, hey, he was right though. He did not go 1-15.
What did he do?
0-16.
Oh, all right. Well, even worse.
And they still kept him for another year.
Maybe we should have an entire episode of this podcast all about the Browns. No, I'm totally just kidding. We better not do that.
Don't you miss Deshaun Kaiser as your quarterback?
Well, I know his name's Deshaun, right? Like that's how it's spelled, or maybe it is Deshaun. But hey, we got another Deshaun, so we're ready to rock and roll this season.
And Douglas is just rolling his eyes like, what?
Well, yeah, because we're talking about the Browns. He's a Lions fan, and Stu, you like picking on the Browns, and we're here to talk about the NHL, the NBA. In a few weeks, we can easily talk about the NHL for sure.
I know. And like I said, we'll see how the draft goes, but it's probably not going to help the Blue Jackets. I'm just saying.
The NHL draft was that in 3 weeks, or when is that?
Yeah, it's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be at the Sphere.
Oh, Stu, have you been to the Sphere? You haven't been to the Sphere yet, have you?
I've never been to the Sphere yet, so I think I saw the construction of the Sphere. I just did not. Did we see the construction when I was in Vegas?
Probably. Yeah, they've been
working.
Sir,
when were you in Vegas?
January 2020, man.
2020? Oh no, they weren't constructing it back then. There's no way.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, can someone Google it real quick?
I would like to Wikipedia.
I'm busy watching the Indians game on my phone, so I can't Google it.
Oh my goodness. You're watching sports game instead of podcasting? How dare you, Chris, even though this is our podcast and we're
actually right, so I might turn the Indians game off because I don't want to be overly casual while we're talking about sports on our Casual Sports Talk podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not right. Gotta focus.
We gotta focus, and we gotta talk about how amazing Bobrovsky's been.
All right.
This man should have been goalie of the year. You remember when I was saying that Bobrovsky should be goalie of the year, and then no, they shouldn't put him as goalie of the year. And now said, the guy can go frontwards and go backwards and save goals.
I mean, he's given up one goal this entire. It's only been 2 games in the Stanley Cup. Yeah, he's given up 1 goal. So, so what? Edmonton had 19 shots in Game 2. I'm not sure how many shots they had in Game 1. But yeah.
Well, I heard somewhere now they were saying last night that Bobrovsky has possibly played himself into a Hall of Fame spot too.
Ooh,
if he goes out and wins this cup with these awesome 2 seasons, and he's had several other good seasons.
Yeah, and
I don't know what that really means, but sounds cool.
But doesn't it pain you, Chris, that a former Blue Jackets player apparently had a stellar, maybe even Hall of Fame career once they leave Columbus?
I feel like
we always bring that up every single episode.
And I know, and I just wanted to say, I'm sad.
If he needs to leave Columbus to excel his career, and that's exactly what he's doing, then hey, so be it. Let's hope the Blue Jackets, they hired that new GM. Let's hope for them to be good. But back to Sergei, yeah, if he didn't see a future in Columbus, yeah, go to Florida.
Yeah. Do you know who else just did that too? C.J. Stroud, man. Dude left Columbus and just balling out.
Yeah, oh, that was so well said, Doug. That was great.
Why? No, you. Oh my God.
I feel like I think it's worth putting money on the Texans to make the Super Bowl, man. They're going to be so good.
They are the little brother to the Cowboys.
See, I don't know.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Dude, they might be the same, like maybe the twin brother, if not the older brother right now, because the Houston Texans, they're stepping up their game. They're game players. I mean, I don't want to call it, but it might be almost safe to say the Texans might make a better run than the Cowboys this season.
I mean, out of all teams in the AFC, like, I think it's got to be like they're one of the three favorites. Like them, Baltimore, and Kansas City seem like the front runners to me. I don't know.
I actually I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree with that. As a Browns fan, I hate to say it, but maybe Browns, maybe top 8. But yeah, top 3, no order: Texans, Ravens, Chiefs for sure.
No, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. The AFC North is brutal. Holy guacamole!
Oh
I mean, you could throw the Bengals in there, possibly. They just got rid of Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the AFC North goes.
Where'd Joe Mixon
Like
go?
I said, when we get to talk about all these 32 teams and what their record is, we're gonna
hold on, I want to answer Doug's question. Joe Mixon, I believe he went to the Washington Commanders.
Really?
I could be mistaken on that.
Don't you mean the Washington football team?
Hey, I said it correctly, Stu. I said it correctly.
No, no. You should say correctly. They're the Washington Commies. They are the Commies.
Oh no, guys, I was mistaken. Joe Mixon is going to one of the teams where he says going to finish top 3 in the AFC.
Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston Texans.
You got Stephon. They got Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon.
That's what we're saying here, Stu. That's what we're saying.
Oh, I don't know.
They got better. They got better to a team that.
Hey, I remember. I'm just saying. Remember when everyone thought that the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to be good in 2017 and they looked good, and then next year, oh, this is their year. This is their year.
Dude, I have a big question for you. How do you feel about Saquon going to the Eagles?
Ooh.
Saquon's not going to be great with the Eagles.
He's gonna be better with the Eagles than he was with the Giants.
I mean, and also the Giants are. I think we should just say those are 2 guaranteed wins against the Cowboys.
Oh my, Stu, you're just talking nonsense. You really got to think about it. Like, I know the Columbus Blue Jackets are not good, so I'm level-headed about that. But Stuart, come on, man.
That Daniel the Derpy Jones.
Stuart, I love that you ride high on the Cowboys being like on the top pedestal, but sometimes you gotta like come back down to earth and realize the Cowboys are not gonna win 2 games this season.
We gotta do a timeout. We gotta do a huddle. So you're telling me the Giants are gonna beat the Cowboys?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Eagles.
Oh my!
I thought you said the Cowboys were going to beat the Eagles twice. Yeah, if we're talking about the Giants, I would say 2 easy wins for the Cowboys. You're right.
Oh, thank God! I was literally
because we were talking about.
I was literally gonna be like, "This is Daniel Jones. He ain't Patrick Mahomes. This is Daniel Jones."
You know, Stu, I think I would build a franchise around Daniel Jones over Dak.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a heart condition right now. Oh, you broke my heart. You broke it, Douglas.
Daniel Jones worth every penny of whatever.
Oh my God. Honestly,
I'm reading the bad sports takes talk.
Oh my God. It's like the next bad sports take. Man, I can't wait for when Patrick Mahomes retires. That's what all Chiefs fans are thinking.
I mean, how old is Patrick Mahomes roughly? 28, 29?
Yeah, 28. Yeah, I think 28.
Right around there. So he might have, what, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 more years. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be anytime soon.
To stay there till forever.
Here's the real question. Will he win more Super Bowls than Brady?
What, Brady has 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Mahomes has 3, 4, 3.
3 right now.
3, okay. So he has 4 rings to go. He's going to win more. I think Mahomes, I think he'll probably win 3 more. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, quarterback-wise. Yeah, I don't think Mahomes is going to be able to pass him. But, hey, that's just me thinking, me being casual. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I agree. I don't see, with how competitive the NFL is right now, I just don't see where he went. Like, I think Andy Reid will retire too, which might take an impact on the Chiefs. Like, I don't think it's going to be like Brady Belichick where they were together for so long, where I think Andy Reid will have to retire. Travis Kelce is going to retire in the next 3-4 seasons.
I read somewhere today, Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce, they're the same age.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's what I read today. I mean, I didn't really do research to see if that's true, but I mean, I feel like Gronkowski retired at an early age. So wait, Doug, you said that Andy Reid's going to retire. Like, obviously, he's going to eventually retire, but like, do you think he's going to retire when Mahomes is done, or do you think he's going to retire before Mahomes is done?
Oh, well before.
Well,
Like,
before.
I don't think it's too much longer. Like, every year they kind of start to speculate a little bit.
So I looked it up, guys. Sorry to go off tangent, digressing away from the NFL talk. Construction on the Las Vegas Sphere began on September 27, 2018. So, Stu, when you went in January 2020, it was being constructed.
I told you. I might have saw it, but that's what That's what happens in these streets.
And then it opened it on September 29th, 2023, and we all know who performed there on opening night.
Was it U2?
Was it U2?
Oh yeah, U2. Come on, guys. We know that.
What was their song? You gotta make sure.
Oh, they've had plenty of songs. And Stuart, we already did this a couple episodes ago. We started using their songs, puns, or whatever. Not doing it again, Stu. Sorry.
Could I bring up another title chase here? I got another one I want your boys' opinions on here.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys watch tennis. Carlos Alcaraz, he just won his third major championship at 21 years old.
Hey.
Can he pass Novak Djokovic?
Who has how many titles?
What is he, 23 or 24?
Ooh.
Yeah, but this dude's winning more younger. So theoretically, he's got, quite a while.
I mean, like I said, he's going to be in his prime. Like I said, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of tennis. I mean, is Nadal still playing?
He tried to play in the French, but he went out in the first round. Djokovic had to get surgery. Like, Djokovic was in the semifinals, I think, but he had to withdraw with an injury.
I mean, like I said, this is why I'm so I need to get more into the tennis now, because it's like it's
yeah, he's only 20 years old, and he's just dominant right now too. So I don't know.
So yeah, Djokovic, 24 major wins, 98 single titles. So 24. And I said Alvarez is his last name. So I was watching the French Open. That was this past Sunday. That's his third. So can he pass it? Wow.
He's the youngest to ever win. I think he's won on all three surfaces too. I think he must have won
Grass,
Wimbledon,
clay.
Yeah, and then just hard court.
I mean, is he a better
water.
Player than Kenny Pickett, though?
Than who?
Kenny Pickett.
Sir, what'd you say?
Kenny Pickett. Oh.
Kenny Pickett? Sir, we're talking about.
I just ready for the random. You said Kenny Pass, and then I was like, oh, is he better than Kenny Pickett, who's kind of been.
Yeah,
he's better than Kenny Pickett. Back up for the Chargers now.
Yeah, I'd say Alvarez is better than Kenny Pickett so far in their careers. If we had to compare the two. Oh man, yeah, we didn't answer your question, Doug. But can he do it? I would say, man, 24 versus 3 at the moment. Alvarez is 21.
Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, he'd have a lot of tries. I mean, he's going to probably play another 60 majors in his career.
Right here it says that Djokovic is the only man in tennis history to be the reigning champion of all 4 majors at once across 3 different surfaces. Yeah. So I mean that's pure domination. So to answer your question, Doug, in my opinion, I don't think Alvarez is going to be able to get to 24. It's like Tom Brady and Mahomes, like we were talking about. Tom Brady was 7. Mahomes, like I said, might get to 6. Djokovic has 24 major titles. Alvarez, I'm guessing he's probably he's gonna have a great career. I'd say 20 though.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's about where Nadal slowed down. Was like 22, 23.
Or we have Djokovic as our GOAT of our generation. So Alvarez, maybe he'll have a career that just goes crazy, and he'll be the next GOAT of the next generation, what have you.
Also, I got some bad news,
Yeah.
Douglas. I guess apparently I just got terrible news. I got to tell you this, dog. The Tigers lost.
Tigers lost. Yeah, we saw it too. We saw.
Are you gonna say? Are you also saying they suck now?
Whoa, sir, watch the language. This is a family friendly.
Are they?
I'm totally just kidding.
Are they garbage? No.
Suck feels a strong word. They're super average. That's what I'll say. They're super average.
Yoker's probably the best.
I think the record's 32 and 34 now after that loss.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty average to below average.
Yeah.
I don't think the Tigers are making the postseason. I'm gonna.
Yeah, they need to get some hitting. Maybe they'll make a trade and do something. Who knows?
Or maybe, I mean, because like I said, Chris Ilitch is the greatest owner for the Tigers organization, right?
Huh. Oh, the Illiches, man. The Illiches.
Don't you love Nepal baby Chris Ilitch, right? Tigers fans love Nepal baby Chris Ilitch, right?
I'm here for it, Stu. I'm here for it. I like me some Little Caesars. Pizza.
Is he the owner of Little Caesars?
Yeah.
That's great.
This is
You guys want to digress back to NHL or keep sticking with the Detroit Tigers here and whatever we keep talking about?
Well, all right, I'll segue back in. Illich also owns the Red Wings. Boom, back into hockey.
Oh, all right. Back in the that was good. That was a good.
I will tell you this in baseball terms. At least I'll tell you this, Douglas. I'll be positive. At least you're not the White Sox.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. So,
Yeah.
but hey,
and the funny fact is, the owner is now saying
this isn't hockey, Stu. How'd you get back on baseball?
Or sir, how about at least we're not the Blue Jackets, or how about we're not the Arizona Coyotes? Oh look, segue back into the NHL.
Who are the Arizona Coyotes? Are you talking about the Utah Yeti?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The Salt Lake City Yeti, right?
Is that what it is?
I don't know, but I know I read a list of team names that were potential, like in the running, and Yeti was one. It wasn't Avalanche. What was it? I don't know. Like the snow. I think the snow was an option.
I don't like the Utah Snow. That seems weird. I like the Yeti. I think the Yeti. I'm trying to think. So let's look at the Utah NHL Utah.
So here we go. You got the Utah Blizzard, the Utah Hockey Club,
that's a cool one.
The Utah Mammoth, the Utah Outlaws, the Utah Venom, and the Utah Yeti.
I don't like the Outlaws. That sounds like weird. I mean,
the Outlaws sounds like like Las Vegas or something like that.
I think the Las Vegas should be the Las
because
Vegas.
actually the original XFL, there was a team called the Las Vegas Outlaws. Anyways, out of all those options, I like the Utah Blizzard and the Utah Yeti.
I want the Yeti. I think that would be kind of cool. Get the Yeti there.
And Doug did mention Yeti, so I think the Utah Yeti has our vote. So it's not going to be Salt Lake City. It's going to be Utah. Either way, it's still
next ski trip. We're going to go check out the Yeti.
Dude, that would be awesome. Oh, we're going to go Salt Lake City, baby.
Yeti.
We love Salt Lake City. It's one of our favorite cities to explore.
It's so easy to eat alcohol there. All you have to do is sell a kidney.
Yeah, right.
No, that's when you go to Brazil, right? You sell a kidney.
Well, sir, Brazil doesn't have a hockey team. We're talking about hockey here, sir. We're talking about the NHL.
Didn't know. But anyway, I guess we can do a random tangent. Did you hear about the upset in cricket where Pakistan lost to the USA?
No, I can't say that I did actually.
The USA beat Pakistan in cricket?
Yes.
Oh man.
And one of the guys was like
back to the NHL.
That was in America.
Take this global.
Yes, which is so funny because this would be like the equivalent of like a bunch of like scrub, like Trinidad and Tobago beat like our NBA players in basketball. Be like, what?
Honestly, yeah, sir. I think you're pretty accurate right there.
Yeah.
Do you guys think? I know we love talking about our cricket. Do you guys think Edmonton has a chance at the next two games? They're in Edmonton, back to Canada. Do you think they could possibly tie the series up? What are your guys' thoughts?
I gotta win both of these just to stay alive. I say no. I think they're gonna lose those games.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're saying that Edmonton they're gonna split these next 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a split, and then once I think we talk about next week, I think I'm gonna be like, it's not looking good. Edmonton's going down. They're going down. It's not good.
I mean, yeah, I personally feel the series or these next 2 games in Edmonton are gonna be split. It's gonna be 3-1 Florida, Game 5 in Florida. Man, that's a toss up. Florida obviously more than likely is gonna win the series. Florida, I'd say Florida in 5, winning on home ice.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. This is kind of, if this goes to Game 5, it just feels weird about like that this is like a short series. I feel like this should be a long series.
Yeah, against my better judgment, I'm gonna say yes, they will win the next 2.
What?
I think hockey just means too much to the city of Edmonton.
But
And
look what they played against at home. They only scored 1 against 8 goals in total.
Stu, they were down 2-1 in the series against Dallas. They were down 2 goals in that Game 4.
And I know they were down 2-1 against Vancouver, but
Exactly.
still.
Exactly.
Ooh.
All it
I think
takes
they're gonna
is
come
one
back from
back
2-1.
This is a good take, Doug. I like it.
I'm gonna even go bolder, so I'm gonna double down because you're fighting me so hard here. Edmonton wins the next 4.
Oh man. Woo! Wow.
Do you want $20? $20. I want this recorded. We got this recorded right now
It is
for
recording,
posterity's sake.
Stu.
I want $20 if you're gonna say Edmonton wins this series right now.
The series, wow.
So what just won the series?
Are you guys doing straight up right now? Florida won the series, Edmonton won the series?
Yes. They're up 2-0.
I mean, obviously Stewart has a little upper hand because all Florida needs to do is win 2 more games out of possibly 5. So, all right, Doug, what's your?
I would need a little bit of odds. Like I'll give you 10 if Florida wins. If you want to give me 15 if Edmonton wins.
All right, deal. I'll take it.
All right. So I'll Venmo you 10 if Florida wins. Not sure how I feel about my take here. This might just
a nice crispy $10 because I know the Panthers are gonna win. Bobrovsky.
So, here's the thing. You know, they say McDavid's the best player in hockey, and he's going to show playoff Bob that he's a playoff flop.
I don't know. He's like a playoff flop. Have you seen the greatness of Survey Bobrovsky?
Bobrovsky has been unreal. Like, I'm just sitting there watching the game, like, dude, he has just been unbelievable. Like, he has been the best player in the series.
So I know we talked about earlier how Edmonton had no offensive. Well, they had offensive presence, but Game 2 they struggled to get shots off. They only had 19 shots. But looking at these stats from Game 1, they had 32 shots to Florida's 18. But Bobrovsky, being the monster that he is, saved all 32 of those shots. So
yeah, like that's the thing. Like Bobrovsky has like a nice. He saved 49 out of 50 shots, so like a 98%. Like that, no, he's not going to save 98% of shots against Connor McDavid and company for the whole series.
Ooh. So you think the mitten might let loose a little bit here these next, 4 games possibly, but overall in the series, they might find that 5-hole.
I'm going to say Game 3 is going to be an overtime thriller, like a 3-2 Edmonton OT winner. Game 4 is where we see Edmonton take over the series with like a 5-2 win, and then they'll just go from there.
This is gonna be so exciting because there's money on line. Doug could win $15 if Edmonton comes out, pulls us off. Stewart, $10 if Florida wins 2 more games out of possible 5. It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah, I don't. You know, before Stu started talking too, I was trying to really think about this one. Because I really like it's the same thing I've been saying all playoffs. Like Florida's forecheck is just unreal. Like Edmonton cannot get comfortable, so they're trying to pass faster. Then they're making bad passes and mistakes. So hopefully they use the extra day to clean some stuff up.
Like I said, in the era of between Florida, like the best defense versus the best offense, Bobrovsky is like we need to get him some ibuprofen right now because Bobrovsky is carrying this team on his back right now.
So,
Mhm.
Stu, I said Florida in 5. Doug said Edmonton. Well, he said in 6. He said Edmonton's going the next 4 straight. Uh, so, Stuart, what do you think is going to be the outcome of the series? Obviously, you're probably going to go Florida because that's who you picked initially. How many games for the Panthers to clinch it?
I'm gonna say Florida game 5.
Oh, same as me. All right.
Oh, man, you have no confidence
I
in
just
big.
feel like they're looking. I don't know. I feel like there's the panic button right now for Edmonton. Like, I feel like there's a panic button after game 1.
So
Now,
something that ESPN did that I really like this year is they compared this series to other historical series, and the one that I'll make the one comparison that resonated the most and it pains me the most. I think it was the 08-09 Pittsburgh Penguins versus Detroit Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings home ice advantage, win the first 2. Everybody's like, rah, 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 we won the cup. And then Sidney Crosby, the best player on the planet at the time, went off to win his first cup. So that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a
that's why I always ask you, Douglas.
outcome.
Do you think the Detroit Red Wings will ever be as cool as Sidney Crosby?
Well, I mean, as a franchise, they are. I mean, they have like 11 Stanley Cups and like pretty historically significant franchise, but
Sidney Crosby got 3 cups. I'm just saying.
he did, man. Like Pittsburgh's had some really good luck with having who was the legend before Crosby?
I am.
Guy like,
Huh? Mew?
Yeah, Lemieux, man. They went from Lemieux to Crosby. Like, what an unbelievably lucky hockey city.
Oh my God, they're gonna have a statue of Crosby in Pittsburgh.
And that'd be well deserved, I mean, you win 3 Stanley Cups and like a bunch of MVPs. Like, give that man his statue.
Yeah, have him high five Lemieux in the statue. I gotta say, just have him like, yeah.
Is Chris? Are you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm right here, gentlemen.
Could we do a prediction on the NBA Finals? Just really quick. I want to see Boston's up 2-0. Series back to Dallas tomorrow night. Can Luka and co make any kind of a comeback?
I mean, I haven't watched the games, but I'm gonna say like Boston's gonna win, and then we're all gonna have to listen to the insufferability of Boston fans.
So, game 1, Celtics won by 18, 107-89. Then you had game 2, Boston won, but that game was 105-98. So, based on those scores, Dallas is making somewhat of an offensive push because, Boston, they scored 107, then 105. Dallas scored a little bit more points in game 2 than they did game 1. This game 3 and 4 in Dallas. Boston, they're still going to win the series more than likely. I think Dallas is going to get one of these next 2 games at home. So Boston's going to win it, but I think it's going to go to game 6. They're going to win it 4-2. They're going to win it in Dallas, unfortunately. But I always like to see a team win the championship on home ice or home court, home field, what have you. But I think this one's going to be won by Boston in Dallas.
Yeah, didn't Vegas do that last year, if I remember correct?
I think they might have. I don't know. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think a lot of it depends on if Porzingis plays. But they said that he's hurt, so like, I think if Porzingis is out, then Dallas has a lot better chance. So
has Porzingis been playing good, like stellar defense, or like what's he been doing?
Oh my goodness, man! Like when he was playing, especially game 1, like he was very easily the best player on the floor.
Okay.
Like he was hitting crazy shots. Like I think he had 20 points, getting rebounds, blocking shots, basically just absolutely everything. Like nobody could guard him, nobody could like shoot over him. Like it was unreal. Like I wouldn't
see here,
be shocked.
Porzingis. Let's see here. Wow, yeah, he had 20 points in game 1. Followed up with 6 rebounds. Yeah, he was doing well. Yeah, 8 for 13 from the field. Yeah, killer performance by Porzingis.
Yeah, he came off the bench too. So like, if he could stay healthy, man, he could be a top like 10 player in the NBA for sure, but he just can't stay healthy.
So yeah, Doug, or even Stu, what do you guys think is going to be the outcome of of the NBA Finals here.
I say Boston's going to win Game 5 or 4, and we're all going to have to deal with Boston fans.
Yeah. See, I don't. My heart wants me to say like somehow Dallas wins in 7. Reality is feeling like Boston wins in like 5 or 6.
I can't believe it. We got to be stuck with Boston fans. This is the worst. Is that the worst fan base of all of America besides Philadelphia?
I mean, besides Dallas, that's what's hard. Like, yeah, the Cowboys fans are pretty insufferable.
Oh, we are humble human beings as a Cowboys fan. We're the most humblest human beings that we
like,
just know.
The Yankee fans are pretty rough. Like Yankee fans,
Laker fans.
I don't like
Philly
Dodger
fans. Are you telling me they're not the roughest? If you have a bad game,
the things too. I think I respect Philly fans because they feel blue collar. Like I feel like they feel blue collar. They feel like a Cleveland, like a Detroit. Like I can't. It's arrogance.
No. Stabbing me in the heart.
Yeah, we're not just Texas's team. We're America's team.
Oh, dare
So
you!
I think so.
Team. We are still going to be America's team. Ah!
I mean, so you could always like name yourself America's team, but that's not really what America's team is. I think as America's team is a team that's been in the trenches and then moves their way up. Like I think a couple seasons ago, the Browns were being talked about America's team, and then last year, I think even the Lions possibly were called America's team at one point.
Oh yeah.
But hey, back to the sports here real quick. So you have 2 series that are up 2-0. I think one of the teams could possibly come back, but not both the teams come back.
Yeah, that's why I picked Edmonton. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas does it, just because Luka is that cold blooded. Like, there's nobody that I've seen that can just like play better in a random game. Like Game 7 against Minnesota, Game 7 in Phoenix, he's just like and drops 40 and like just absolutely crushes it. Like he's already done it like several times. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Luka just goes off for 45 a game and just carries them for a couple of games.
I mean, right now Luka's averaging. I don't know if this is this is for the season. 33.9 games, but I did see somewhere. I forgot where it was. I think he's averaging 31 points a game in the finals. I'm not sure where I saw that, but yeah, like you said, Luka, Michael, cold-blooded. They need a little bit more help from Kyrie Irving, but see, the Celtics, they just have so much depth, and I don't think the Mavericks. I don't think they really have that.
And plus,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Cause I know what Alex was saying. Where like Boston has enough players to kind of shut down Luka and Kyrie. Like Kyrie is struggling against the length and athleticism of Boston. Like Jaylen Brown is just like locking him down, and Drew Holiday, like those dudes are just unreal on defense.
I'd have to agree for sure. Stellar defense by the Celtics.
Oh my goodness, man! Like Kyrie, it just looks so out of sorts playing against like Jaylen Brown.
Like I said, it's going to be. I think honestly, I'm hoping the NHL finals is going to be better than the NBA finals. Like hockey's much more fun than the NBA.
I hope that both home teams win the next 2 games. I want to see these at least kind of make a little bit of a fun series. I don't want a couple of sweeps or 5-game wins. Like that's boring.
You want the
if both?
I want Florida to sweep. Let's
if
get
both home teams
ready.
In both NHL and hockey could win the home games to even up both series 2-2, that'd be sweet. In an ideal world, I think that's what I would hope for. So yeah, we'll see if that comes to fruition.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
This is like I said, we are pretty much here at the end of the hockey season. I guess we'll see. Okay, now it's a good question. Next week's podcast. Will we be done with the NHL or the NBA or not done?
So we've been doing this podcast typically on Tuesday evenings. If you look at the hockey schedule, you have Game 3 on Thursday, Game 4 is on Saturday. We kind of all said that this series is not going to end in 4.
I don't think so.
So, and then you have Game 5 on Tuesday. If we continue our the routine here doing a podcast on Tuesday. If we do it next Tuesday, it'd be during Game 5.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. We'll see it. We'll see how it goes in Game 5. Douglas, what do you think? Either NBA or NHL, will he be done when we talk about it next week?
No, because I think both those would require a sweep, and I don't see. Because I think we have NBA tomorrow and on Saturday, or is it Friday?
I think the next.
So yeah, we got the NBA. We got the NBA on Wednesday, so yeah, tomorrow. And then let's see what Game 4. Oh man, my internet's. Oh, there we go. All right, so yeah,
better internet, man.
Game 3 is on Wednesday. Game 4 is on Friday, and then we have Game 5 if necessary on Monday. So there could be a possibility of one of the series being over by Tuesday. Well, they could be both over by Tuesday, but NBA has a better chance of being over on next Tuesday if we do our podcast that evening.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Boston sweep them. Yeah, like they just look so.
Wouldn't be sad.
True. I mean, yeah, the way Boston's been playing.
We gotta head to the fallout shelters,
gentlemen. Jason Tatum hasn't even played well in either game, and they're still destroying it. You know, like if Jason Tatum gets going, like I don't know, like they kind of had best case scenario having him struggle, and they still dominated.
Just dominated. But anyway, I think, like I said, is there anything else we could think of for this week? I guess I would say before we wrap up.
Final thoughts, Stu?
Yes.
Doug, what are your final thoughts?
I thought Stu was giving final thoughts.
Stu, dude.
All right, you want my final thoughts? I guess I would like a nice crispy $10, Douglas, after the series.
Well, Stu, it'll probably be a Venmo, so sorry, it won't be super crispy.
Ooh, I would like.
It'll be more electronic than physical.
I would like my 10 virtual. I want a smiley face and Venmo.
Stu, when Edmonton wins the next 4, I'll take mine in Dogecoin, please.
Boo!
Hey, that's a great off.
Man, boo this man.
Yeah. My final thoughts: go home teams. Don't make these boring seasons, because then all we really have to look forward to is football season in still 3 months. Give us
we could talk about baseball the whole time. Talk about how bad the White Sox
are. I don't really like to talk about baseball until late August. And kind of as football season's approaching, I kind of like to rotate into baseball as they get into the playoffs, but baseball season's too long, man. I can't care for 162 games.
I mean, I guess that's what the Tigers decided to do this season. Done.
The Tigers, I feel like the Tigers have been playing for so long, and they still literally have 100 games left in their season.
And they're still not
for 98 games or something ridiculous.
Still not going to make that playoff.
Because after the NHL, NBA is over, that's going to be the next week and a half, roughly. Besides baseball.
Well, we have
it starts in August. Is that? Well, I guess college football too, right?
Yeah, we got the Olympics, boys. Can't forget about the Olympics. The Olympics.
That's right. That starts in July. Let's go, USA.
Maybe I can ask all my foreign friends. Be like, hey, do you want to do the podcast on talking about the Olympics?
Dude, make sure that they know that we're number 1, Stu. See how they handle it. See what they think.
Yeah, right. For that podcast, when we talk about the Olympics, I'll have a more colorful background because I'll put up a United States flag.
Stu, every run club, just remind them of how many gold medals we have.
Thanks to Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I got another goal. It's like the one time when Michael Jordan was like, I don't know if I'm best or not, but I don't know who's the best and who's the GOAT. But he's like, I like the 91 Bulls, the 93 Bulls, the 96 Bulls, the 97 Bulls, and my personal favorite, the 98 Bulls.
Legend does right there, Stu.
That's why he's the GOAT. That's why Jordan is the GOAT.
That's a whole nother debate, but it's hard. It's a hard debate. I'll agree with you for the moment, though.
I mean, like I said, 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Enough said.
There you go, Stu.
But anyway, Theodore, before we wrap this off, do you have any final thoughts on this great NHL game series so far?
Let's go Panthers in 5, like I said. Hoping for Edmonton though to win the series, so Doug can get that $15. But
What?
yeah,
What?
all in all, I'm rooting for the Panthers too.
How dare you? How dare you, gentlemen?
Because at the beginning of the NHL playoffs, I picked the Avalanche to win it all, but I had them to play against the Panthers. So I'm going to root for the Panthers because Avalanche could not pull through.
Do you know how I want my $15, Stu? To the moon!
I want a smiley face for my Venmo. I'm just saying. I want a smiley face to be like, and I want you to write it down. How about them boys?
Oh, Stu, I'm just going to write 2024 national champion fee.
Boo this man. But anyway, like I said, we're pretty much all done with this podcast. I can't believe it. 55 minutes just talking about games that were kind of boring, but that's okay.
That's why you bring in the tennis. That's why you bring in the cricket. When NBA stinks, talk about cricket.
Yeah, when NBA stinks, we realize that we beat your sport, Pakistan. I'm sorry for all the Pakistan. USA. But anyway, like I said, for next week, hopefully we are not done with any of these series, but there could be a possibility that we could be done with it. We could wrap it up. And
we will not be done.
That will not be fun. I do not want. To be honest with you,
No, we will not be done. I mean, yeah, it won't be fun, but we will not be done with both these series by next week.
Yeah, please do not be done with these, and it will not be fun. But I'm hoping it's gonna be fun. I'm hoping that we still can talk about the series continuing for next week. And like I said, gentlemen, I'm gonna take care because I will see you later, Mr. Gator. Take care.